I met her and she wasn't what I thought she would be.
You mean you weren't physically attracted to her? Or
No,
personality-wise you didn't
Personality-wise, and she was just kind of... Yeah.
What happened there?
Well, it ended up she was scamming me.
Wait, what? Hey guys!
Hi.
It's me, Jade, and I'm here again with
Stevie.
So today we're going to talk about how you met your wife. Because it's an interesting tale of cross-sea love. Dun 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 dun. A Jade abroad.
I was missing Japan, so this was back in the day when America Online, AOL, was the hottest ticket for the internet. They had a directory where you look up people from different countries that have joined AOL, and I looked up a directory for Japan.
So AOL was kind of like an online messenger service?
Yes.
Okay.
It was back in the day when you had to dial through the phone.
That sound, the internet startup sound?
That was it, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, close, very close. But yeah, that that sound was like, oh, I got through, yes! Met a few people online in Japan that wanted to chat and exchange messages. So that's what I did. And that's where I met about 15 people online and chatted with them. And my soon-to-be wife was one of them.
Oh my god,
so this
you
is where the
met
wife come in.
your wife online. Back, how many years ago?
We've been married 20 years, 23 years.
23 years ago, you met someone online. That's groundbreaking stuff. You must have been the first of your kind.
Well, back then in those days, it wasn't what it is now. We have a lot of fraud and scammers.
Oh, it was very pure back then?
Very pure back then. So I chatted with these 15 people. Soon it died down after months and months of just chatting back and forth. And before you know it, it was just me and two other, and my wife.
Was it like in a group chat?
No, not a group chat, just individual.
One-on-one,
yeah, just one-on-one. So I was just trying to find out information on Japan, thinking about traveling out there again for a holiday. And then my wife really took interest and we started chatting a lot more together. We traded off numbers and started actually calling each other.
After how many months of chatting?
About a year.
After a year, wow. And how often were you chatting, like daily? Or?
Not daily. Back in those days, there was Sprint. I don't know if you guys know that, but Sprint is one of those phone services. Back in the day when mobiles were like this, mobile phones, it was 25 cents a minute. We're talking about 4 minutes is $1.
Ah.
So it was very expensive then, very. My bills would be like $500, $600 US a month.
From phoning her?
And receiving calls, of course, calling and receiving. So after that, we got more into emailing, just sticking to that. But soon enough, we agreed that we would meet. So yes, I went over to Japan.
And that's how you ended up back in Japan?
Yes. I was going to do a 3-week plan, go to Tokyo and meet up with her. But I actually was going to meet someone else I was chatting to on the AOL.
Okay. Another lady?
Another lady.
Oh,
and she was
Stevie, you player.
She was in Shikoku, so...
Oh, Shikoku's quite
But
far.
you know what? I was very honest and I told my wife and she said, okay, that's cool. Because my wife and I, when we started, we became really good friends first. So we talked about a lot of things that
personal things.
Yeah, and she had a boyfriend right at that time too.
I see.
In LA. Well,
in LA?
In LA.
What the hell?
Anyway, so it really started out as a really close friendship.
Okay.
You know, we kind of gained that trust.
Right. So when you came to Japan to meet her, you weren't thinking of her in a sexual sense, or you were? You were thinking of the other lady in a sexual sense, not her.
Yeah.
So, interesting.
But I came into Tokyo. My wife met me at Tokyo Station, took me to a baseball game. Yes. So, because you know I love baseball, Yankee. And I spent 2 days in Tokyo before I was going to Shikoku to meet the other girl. And I met her and she wasn't what I thought she would be.
You mean you weren't physically attracted to her? Or
No,
personality-wise you didn't?
Personality-wise, and she was just kind of... Yeah.
What happened there?
Well, it ended up she was scamming me.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
I thought you said it was pure back then. What happened?
She lived in Shikoku. In Shikoku, there's a big naval base. And she was seeing a naval officer, but thought I was cute and wanted to date me. Or
She
so.
was playing dirty.
And she was, at that time, a radio host.
That's cool.
And it was just really weird because when I went to Shikoku, she picked me up from the airport and she took me to my hotel. Good people. We weren't doing anything yet because we just met each other. We never seen each other before. And took me to a hotel.
Okay, I'll pick you up later.
Okay, cool. What time? Huh?
Maybe about 8 o'clock.
Oh, that's late. Okay. No problem. I'll spend the whole day just chilling and discovering.
So I did that. I got back, got ready, and I haven't gotten a call. So I waited till 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock,
Oh no, poor Stevie.
10:30, 11 o'clock. I got a call.
Okay, are you ready?
I'm like,
Whoa, you said 8. It's 11.
I'm like dozing
I'm
out
really
here.
tired now.
Yeah.
And the jet lag as well.
So I said,
Okay, I'm ready. Let's go.
she came, picked me up. We went to, one of those clubs in Shikoku and got there about 11:30. Introduced a couple of her friends, sat down, had one drink. She said,
I gotta go.
What?
You gotta go. Where are you going?
I have to go do some work.
Lady?
so I said,
I don't get it. But I guess if you gotta work, you gotta work.
so I just hung out with her friends and her friends took me home. And I got up in the morning, got a call from her and said,
Oh, I'm so sorry. Work was just really late and I couldn't get back in time to call you. And I knew you were tired and probably sleepy, so I'm calling you this morning.
I'm like, okay. So she came, we hung out, we went to some shrines and stuff and talked a little bit. And this was by midday.
I gotta go.
Where are you going now?
I'll take you where I work.
So she took me to this radio station where she did her stuff and I had to wait outside. She did an episode or something and then came back out and took me back to her hotel and said,
Get ready. I'm gonna take you somewhere nice.
Finally.
finally. So this was about, early afternoon, 3, 4 o'clock.
What time are you gonna pick me up?
I'll pick you up around 6.
So we'll have an early night. 6 came and went, 7, 8, 9,
No.
10,
No.
11. Didn't hear anything. 12 o'clock midnight.
The cheek of this woman.
I'm so sorry. I just got backed up with work.
I was like,
You're just calling me now? Wait a minute. I'm here on a holiday. I don't need this.
Yeah.
I can go back to Tokyo and have lots of fun over there, right? She goes,
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm really, really sorry. Please get dressed. I'll tell you everything. I promise.
so she picked me up. It was like midnight. I'm like,
Where are we gonna go at midnight?
usually some of these places are a ghost town by 8 o'clock.
Shikoku is like countryside as well. It's not central.
So she took me to a place and met with one of her guy friends and I. We kind of started talking and becoming friends. And we had, snacks and some drinks. And guess what?
What?
You can tell them.
She had to go?
She had to go. This time I was like,
Okay, you gotta go. I understand.
she left. I looked at her friend. I said,
Take me back to the hotel now.
Yeah.
I'm booking my flight out of here.
Yeah.
So he took me back and he was trying to tell me what her lifestyle was like.
Uh-huh.
And he said,
Yeah, she's kind of seeing someone else too.
I was like,
You were like, oh, well, that makes a lot more sense.
it makes a lot of sense because it was weird. So I was like, okay, I kind of thought so. He said,
Man, I'm really sorry.
I should have clued you in when I first met you.
No problem.
I'm going to call her, leave a message. I'm flying back out the next day.
Right.
So I
Good
called,
riddance.
I said, I made a flight noon the next day. And she pops in to my hotel, knocking on my door like 9 o'clock in the morning and crying and just sobbing like, I'm really sorry, I really like you. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, it seems
please
like
stay, please stay. I promise, please stay. And I said, yeah, okay.
Well, you go get ready. Let's go somewhere and talk this out.
So she went and got ready. I called her friend. I said,
Dude, take me to the airport now.
and he, nice guy, took me to the airport and I was out of there.
Oh, wow. So you didn't have the chat with her?
No. And in that time, in that day, I called my wife now and I told her,
I'm coming back to Tokyo.
she goes,
Really? Aren't you supposed to stay there about a couple weeks?
I was supposed to stay in Shikoku like a week and a half, 2 weeks
Oh, wow.
with this girl. And I said,
No, change of plans. I'm coming back to Tokyo and spend the rest of my time there.
And so
Smart decision.
she found me a nice hotel in Roppongi, but it was really cheap.
Right.
Yeah, so all the money I wasted in Shikoku, I could have just...
Save it up there, right?
Right. And so my wife and I, we hung out a lot. I went to her place, she cooked me dinner, and we just sightseeing all over.
So when did you start catching feelings then?
Well, I never really caught the feeling. I just thought she was really a good friend, helped me out, loved her to death like that, you know. So it was coming to the day I was leaving and going back, and I thought, well, she was pretty and real cute, and you know, I just didn't know my grounds then. I didn't want to do something stupid and lose her friendship because it was really dear. She really helped me a lot. And so she took me to the airport, and you know, we took picture of each other, taking a picture of each other. And right before I was boarding, she handed me a letter. And she said,
please read it on the plane.
I said, okay. Yeah, she was just, you were so fun. Oh, I'm really going to miss you. You know.
Cute.
So I got on a plane. It was one of those letters that I would probably write in grade school. Hello, you're really cute. I like you. Do you like me? Check the box. Yes, no, kind of formed like that. And I thought that was the cutest thing. And she just said in the letter,
when you get back, just please let me know if you're interested in us dating.
Oh, she waited until you left the country.
Yeah, because she was just so shy and embarrassed.
I mean,
to do
it. It's typical Japanese for you.
Yeah, so I called her and I said,
let's try. Let's do the long distance thing.
So it was long distance for 2 years.
Wow.
And I went back maybe twice. And she came to New Jersey. And that's another story. Her dad came with her to meet me.
Wait, what?
Yeah, after 2 years of going back and forth, she was telling her dad about me. And I was telling my family about her. She decided to come all the way to New Jersey. And her dad found out she was coming. Her dad booked a flight. Said, I'm coming with you. I'm going to meet him. I want to see who you're going way over across the world to see.
And did he approve?
He was supposed to stay a week. After 2 days, he approved and left.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, great man.
That's an amazing story.
So that's another story.
And let's wrap that up right there.
Okay.
Thanks for coming on and telling us all about how you met your
Thank
lovely
you
wife.
for inviting me. And finally, I'm just really like, I had the chance to come on Jade Abroad. Oh, thank you, Jade.
If you like this and you want to watch more Stevie, because there are more videos coming up in the future, then make sure you give us a big like, comment below, and of course subscribe to see more. Bye guys.
Bye-bye.